If you've ever felt like buying a home is a huge mysterious process that nobody actually explains to you, or that home ownership is too expensive, or you'll never be able to buy a house and you'll be stuck renting forever, we have something special for you today. We get it. My wife and I felt the exact same way, and that's why we put together a complete guide to home ownership that you can take from renting to home ownership in just a short period of time if you follow all these steps. Owning real estate isn't just about having a place to live. It's principal pay down that builds you equity instead of your landlords. Look, it's appreciation working in your favor over time. It's tax write-offs. It's potential cash flow. And it's the freedom to make your space your own truly. So my name's Owen Schwaegerle. I'm a real estate broker, investor, and resident of the Central Coast, passionate about helping educate people on what it takes to get into home ownership as a young person in California. And today we're just going to do a quick flyover of everything that you need to know to go from a renter to a confident homeowner. And everything else will be in the ebook. You can access that for free in the description. Okay, we've got 10 chapters, so here we go. So chapter 1, get your financial house in order. This is step 1, and I know this isn't the fun part, but it's the most important one. Banks look at what are called the 5 C's of credit: character, capacity, capital, collateral, and conditions. And what that means in plain English is you need a budget, you need to get out of debt, you need to build an emergency fund. And this is something that needs to catch your attention. Like just a car payment and a student loan payment could literally cut your mortgage buying power in half, meaning you'd afford less house by up to half. So debt can really shrink how much home you can afford. And so getting out of debt is huge, and you need help on this. There are resources in our book that will help you on that journey. So go check that out. Okay, step 2, all about the down payment. And here's the biggest misconception we run into. People think they need a 20% down payment. You don't. You've got FHA at 3.5% down, conventional options as low as 5%, sometimes 3%. VA can get you down to 0%. Or CalHFA could even be a closing costs down payment assistance program. So in California, there are so many options as a first-time home buyer with down payment assistance. We've had some clients even get into homes with literally only $6,000 out of pocket. Can you imagine buying a house in California for $6,000 out of pocket? Happens all the time if you have the right plan and team. So we go deep on all of that in this book and ways that you can actually get your down payment built faster than you think. Okay, chapter 3, why representation matters. This is one that sometimes people think they could just skip this chapter. However, you shouldn't, because buyer agency matters so much. A buyer's agent is your fiduciary. That means they're legally and ethically required to put your interests first. The way agent compensation works changed back in August of 2024. So we will walk through exactly what that means for you today and make sure that you are properly represented without costing you as much money as you would think. Okay, chapter 4, financing your property. Chapter 4 is all about financing. This is where the real strategy lives. You've got big banks, you've got online lenders, mortgage brokers. We've got strong opinions on which one actually serves you best in escrow, so take a look and see what we say. But the real takeaway here is you want to know your options sooner rather than later, so get connected with a lender. That's what happened with our client from 3 years ago. They didn't take this step, and it ended up costing them tens of thousands of dollars in what they're now buying a property for. And should you do a 15-year, 30-year? We dive into it. In our area, most people usually go for the 30-year because every dollar in monthly payment savings can make a big difference. We do recommend you try to get a fixed rate mortgage rather than adjustable, and you can see why in the guide. All right, chapter 5, finding the actual property. This is the fun part. Most people, they just scroll Zillow, but you're missing opportunities on off-market deals, MLS, coming soon listings, broker exclusives, even old school methods like driving for dollars, cold calling, sending mail. That still works, and that's how we help a lot of our clients make moves. Okay, and what you don't realize, when you register on Zillow, Realtor, Redfin.com, they're actually selling your data to multiple agents. So you're about to get cold called and email blasted by random people. Working with a direct contact, a local agent you know and trust, is going to be giving you someone in your corner quicker rather than speed dating an agent when you see a house you like. All right, chapter 6, this is where it gets exciting. Writing a winning offer. In a competitive market, price is just one piece. Your earnest money deposit, how short you can make your contingency timelines, whether you're willing to do a rent back for the seller. There's even something called an escalation clause that can help you win a bidding war without overpaying. We walk through 7 different ways to strengthen an offer in the book, including one personal touch that's won us deals when the numbers were tied. All right, chapter 7. You're under contract. Congratulations. However, it's not over till it's over in real estate. This is just the beginning of your due diligence period. Home inspection, pest inspection, if a well or septic apply. This is also where you find out about insurance, especially here in California, where wildfire risk has made some homes harder to insure than they used to be. You have real negotiating power here if something comes up. You're in the driver's seat. You can call the shots. You can ask for repairs, a price reduction, a credit, in some cases, walk away entirely. And this is where a great agent can actually save you a ton of money. If you're working with someone who has a tried and true process, they can actually help you save a ton. If you're working with a fly-by-night agent or someone who does this more as a hobby, you could be leaving a lot of money on the table. Okay, chapter 8, closing day. You made it through contingencies. Congrats. This is the day you sign, you deposit funds, and you wait for the county to record the deed. And the moment that recording happens, you are officially a homeowner. Woohoo! We walk through exactly what that day looks like, so there are no surprises when you get there. Okay, chapter 9. Now you're a homeowner. Congrats. This is where the real wealth building begins. Staying ahead of maintenance so small issues don't become expensive ones. Choosing renovations that actually pay you back. Kitchens, bathrooms, and landscaping tend to lead the pack. And if you can swing it, making extra principal payments. Every extra dollar toward your principal means less interest paid and a faster path to owning your home free and clear. Chapter 10, this is something that most people don't think about. What happens after the transaction is done. We believe the relationship doesn't end at closing. We come back to our clients time and time again when they ask us questions. And one of the pillars of how we grow our business is reviews and referrals. We are a relationship-oriented team. We build relations that last beyond the transaction. Okay, so that's the entire book, kind of in a nutshell. And we gave you a really short version. Camille and I put everything we just covered, plus a lot more, into a complete guide to home ownership, which you can access in the description down below. It walks you through every single step from renter to confident homeowner with real numbers, real examples, and the same conversations we have with our clients every day. It's completely free. Link in the description, or you can grab it on our website at schwaegerleteam.com under the free resources tab. Okay, buying a home doesn't have to be a mystery. It's a process. And once you understand the steps, it's one you can walk with real confidence. If you're thinking about starting that journey and you want to talk through where you're at, that's exactly the kind of conversation we love having. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.